What is up, homies? Welcome back to another reaction from Heroes Reforged. Welcome back, Hector. Somehow you manifested avoiding Daredevil showing up in this show until potentially tonight. I've been making jokes about this for 2 weeks now. I think it's time for the devil to make his appearance.
It's somehow my ancestral Catholic powers emerged, and there was some connection made to Matt Murdock in another dimension, and he said, "I'll wait until you get back."
I will absolutely wait.
Like I mentioned real quick when we did our first episode back for Andor, which if you haven't checked out, we're watching Andor right now, and those are on YouTube as well as uncut reactions on Patreon. I told you guys it was so much fun watching you watch the last 2 episodes of She-Hulk. This show is a G-damn delight. It is so funny. And the episode with the yurt where Jennifer was trying to get a signal and did a deal with all those guys. And you guys were hilarious. It was so good. So if people are just tuning into this because you go back and watch the reaction.
8 weeks of work to do, you mother
language.
Exactly. Go back and watch the watch us watch the show. It's just been so much fun. It's been a real joy. Everybody in the show is so freaking funny. Tatiana Maslany is amazing. And this is all just this is a cherry on the top, dude, because like the fact that one of my favorite characters, one of fandom's favorite characters, Matt Murdock, Daredevil, Charlie Cox, brought back for Spider-Man, Vinny D'Onofrio coming back for Hawkeye. It's the things we have been talking about for years when we've been saying Marvel Studios could just use those actors again. They were so good. And even if it's different creative teams working on those characters, that's the exact same thing that happens in the comics. And Charlie Cox said that. Business as usual. So it's all just a cherry on top because, like, yes, we love the Daredevil character, but I also love She-Hulk. We have been loving this show. But just watching you guys watch the last few episodes.
Check out our Patreon, patreon.com/heroesreforged. All the episodes are uncut on there, including Andor, everything else we've been watching. And we're almost at 100,000. So hit that subscribe button, turn that red button gray.
We are at 94,527 subs. Sub up, people. If you've seen more than 2 of our videos, just hit the sub button, bro.
If you sat through 30 minutes of a reaction, I think that deserves a subscription.
It te cuesta, man. Just hit the button and you're all good. You're all good. All right, Adam.
Here we go.
I don't even know if I actually read the offer.
Oh, we're starting.
The store might be closed, but you forgot about the guard frog.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
If Napoleon Dynamite was a superhero.
You announced yourself as the guard frog.
Yeah, but my name is Leapfrog.
Oh wow, it's not John Bass. All right.
So your defective suit.
Cool. Right. So I was surrounded by these huge guys.
Twisting toe jam!
Twisting toe jam.
In order to de-escalate the situation, I shouted my signature catchphrase. Time to rig it and rip it!
Oh my God.
No, you're gonna get hurt.
Oh, my inflammable suit with a 900-degree threshold is on fire.
Yeah.
And compensation for all of my pain and mental anguish and stuff.
Incompetence, exactly.
Well, this does seem to be a pretty clear case of manufacturer's defect.
Oh, okay, manufacturer defect.
What is the name of the manufacturer?
Luke Jacobson. He specializes in super suits.
Oh, shit.
Oh no.
Mr. Patilio is one of our biggest clients.
The guy dressed as a frog?
Mr. Patilio Sr. Look, it's very important.
Oh.
Eugene is also very excited to have a Hulk on the case. And they're willing to sign a conflict waiver to have you, Miss Walters.
Also, he's making me a dress for the gala.
Very well, Miss Walters.
And I need to look fire.
That you try to come to an agreement with Mr. Jacobson so then a filing would not be necessary.
Settle outside of court.
Ribbon and ribbon.
There you go.
Sounds just like Hollywood.
Rivet and rip it indeed.
Ribbit and ribbit. A ribbity-doo.
I have been retained by a client who suffered serious injuries due to a dysfunctional suit that you sold him.
Uh-oh.
So I think we can come to some agreement.
Excuse me.
Dysfunctional suit.
Exactly.
I'm not trusting you after you just lumbered in here and stabbed me in the back.
Oh, Luke.
Lumbered in here.
My work speaks for itself. Oh, excuse me. What did you say? She wants to tell me something.
What did you say?
No.
She-Hulk will never get another suit.
Oh no. Oh no!
Then you shouldn't have betrayed me, you greasy old buffalo.
I am gonna take you down.
Oh my god.
Goodbye, tragedy.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Awkward.
I did not expect that one.
Oh my god.
He called her a greasy old buffalo.
I would have been like, okay, Luke, well, can you help me get to the bottom of it? This is awesome.
Oh, there he is.
I'm here.
Perfect.
As a first point of order, I'd like to ask that the opposing counsel's motion to compel production of the defendant's client list be rejected, as it's not relevant to the litigation.
Who's this asshole? There could be multiple instances of Mr. Jacobson's other clients sustaining injuries from faulty merchandise.
I believe Ms. Walters will find that Mr. Jacobson's record as it pertains to customer satisfaction to be spotless.
God, I miss Charlie Cox.
Yep.
This is amazing.
But we're not just talking about a product here. The very nature of Mr. Jacobson's line of work, making suits exclusively for superheroes, necessitates anonymity. May I remind you that the Sokovia Accords have been repealed.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Here, we're not talking about celebrities. We're talking about superheroes who have enemies who will try to harm them, and the people close to them, the ones who didn't ask to be a part of this life. Not only would it ruin my client's career, it could put a lot of people in a lot of danger.
I'm in agreement with Mr. Murdock. Motion to compel discovery is denied.
Damn.
Mr. Patilio, what kind of fuel did you use in your boosters?
Jet fuel. Wait a minute. You used jet fuel in your boosters? Because that's not what my instructions said.
Void.
Oh, there you go. Vol and Noid and
Void.
Yes, we can all tell he's lying, Mr. Murdock. If the plaintiff ignored the manufacturer's explicit instructions, then the defendant is absolved of all liability. I'm dismissing this case.
Damn.
Is there any way that we could go back to you being my tailor?
Absolutely
Jennifer, Jenny, Jen. No, because I hate you now.
Oh, come on, Luke.
Jen.
Jen sucks, man.
Out-lawyered. She got out-lawyered hard.
It's from that guy over there.
Matt Murdock.
Yes. I love
Here
this.
we go.
An appletini? Cute.
Mind if I join you?
Appletini.
Sure.
If this is what I love about this back and forth, because if there's one lawyer who's as good as Jen in this world, it is Matt.
It's
and if
Matt.
there's one lawyer who's as good as Matt in this world, it's Jen. They're the best at what they do.
What's your story, Matt Murdock? You're from New York, but you flew all the way out here for a product liability case?
Mm-hmm.
Luke Jacobson made a couple of new suits for me, so I owed him one.
Doesn't really look like it.
It's a low blow insulting a blind man's clothes. I'm wearing pants, right?
Oh, are they gonna hook up? Oh, are they gonna hook up?
You came out of nowhere and you made my dumb client admit to being even dumber than I thought he was in court. What did you know about the jet fuel?
A hunch. What is his deal, by the way?
Well, I'll give you one guess.
Okay.
It rhymes with rich parents. His dad is a very important.
But I do on occasion take a job with a bigger client when the bills start piling up. The them part.
Wow. Secret double lives of Matt Murdock. How does he do it?
Oh, you don't even know it.
Full time, I really don't have any gas in the tank for anything else.
You say that, but I think you're in a unique position to do some real good.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jen Walters can use the law to help people when society fails them. And She-Hulk can help people when the law fails them.
Ooh.
This
is
what's great about Daredevil.
Best of both worlds.
He's a lawyer
I think
who
she just fell in
understands
love.
sometimes the law fails. Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, she did.
I'm trying to rack my brain if they've hooked up in the comics, because Matt has gotten around a little bit in the
right.
comics.
It's not just me.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Todd.
You remember Todd, that gross tech bro with the She-Hulk fetish?
Yep.
I have to go. Something has just come up with work.
Oh, yeah. Totally. I got work, too.
She's like, oh, okay, this is just another one of those situations.
Yep.
It's nice
God, they're
meeting you.
charming.
Yeah, you too.
I love them both so much.
Man.
What you doing at 3 a.m. after superheroing?
Okay.
Fucking Todd.
Mr. Phillips.
Ugh.
Josh is in Todd's, man.
So I was at an auction recently buying art, and then get this, they had an authentic Wakandan war spear. It's $1 million.
Okay.
Gross.
And
Nobody cares.
Really?
Wakanda forever.
Oh no.
So is there?
I don't play games, okay? And I can feel it, and I can tell that we're both feeling it.
Oh, absolutely.
God, this guy's disgusting.
It's
Oh, and I'm billing you for the whole hour.
and it's so
Film for
funny
2.
because after a few minutes with Matt Murdock, who is like charming and thoughtful and smart and kind of inspirational, you spend a few moments with this guy and you're like, this guy sucks.
Literally 40 seconds, and I was like, ugh.
Hello?
Oh, thank God, Miss Walters, it's Leapfrog. Listen, you gotta help me. I think I'm being attacked.
Legally or
Oh God.
Daredevil's chasing him.
But I mean, maybe legally too.
where are you?
I'm on my way to the lily pad.
Is that a place I'm supposed
The lily pad.
My famous secret lair.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, I'm gonna try to lose him in this parking lot.
Oh God.
He got into some shit. Now Daredevil's after him.
Yep.
Get your super suit, girl.
Get your super
First
suit.
time we're gonna see it. First time we're gonna see it. Let's go. Let's go, Jen.
The zoom in. Yes.
Yes.
Yep, there he is. Oh, ho, ho, ho. The man without fear.
You need to back off.
and waste this outfit?
In a rad fucking suit.
You're making a mistake.
You made a mistake when you messed with my client.
Oh.
My ass remains unwhooped.
Oh, cheeky Daredevil.
Yep.
Hell yes.
Wow. Yes. What? Okay.
You gonna
Going
kill him
straight
with
for
a
the
car?
car check, huh?
No, just stop him from running.
Is his suit shifting from red to yellow?
I don't think so. Oh,
It looks like there's.
That's gonna.
Oh, she's got the sonic clap.
That'll even work.
Yo, that's gonna take him out, dude.
Matt?
Oh
helmet,
no!
please. Helmet,
Put
please.
the helmet back on.
Do you pretend to be blind, man? Because that is really problematic.
I'm blind.
I'm blind. I'm blind.
Leapfrog is the bad guy here. He kidnapped Luke Jacobson. He's holding him hostage.
Oh no!
Why didn't you tell me that before we fought?
Why didn't you ask me before immediately trying to whoop my ass?
I'm sorry that I assumed the guy dressed as the devil was the bad one.
That's true. Yep.
Are you like a superhero? Like the gold devil?
I'm a Daredevil.
The music.
Well, just very daring to use ketchup and mustard as your color scheme.
How about I tell Luke you said
No, please don't.
I need to save my client from your client.
Okay, yeah, let's go.
You ever destroyed a parking
Okay,
lot?
let's go.
Oh, crap. I'll go leave a note.
Jesus. Wow,
Yeah.
I was not expecting them to use the music. That's
No,
awesome.
not at all. It's great.
Version 2, we gotta go all out. I'm talking bulletproof shields.
Oh God.
Oh man.
There are 25 goons in the building. 7 below us, 8 in the front, and 10 in the hallway.
Yes.
You can hear their heartbeats. Come on, that's a little
You can hear yours too. Your heart's beating pretty fast.
Oh my God, I want them to hook up so bad.
Good Lord.
No, it's not. I'm healthy.
I'm healthy.
They got spicy in this episode real quick.
Yep.
Take me 15 seconds to take out each one, so you just wait here until I've gotten all 10.
I'm not going to sit here for half an hour. Remind me again who has the superpowers here? Oh, I'm pointing at myself.
Oh, yeah, I know. I have echolocation, remember?
Do my thing.
Oh my God.
You don't ever do this. Just
I mean, it's true. Jen does not have
It's
that
true.
super.
Yeah, she doesn't. She chose to ignore it, and now when you need it, you don't have it.
You want to dress up like a frog, but that doesn't mean I'm cool with being a baby frog.
Oh, we got a hallway.
Wanted to call us.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, man. How do you not know what a baby frog?
Oh Jesus.
You're all dead. They got poison darts. Here comes Satana. Wow.
I miss these hallways so much.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm just gonna put it out there, guys. Do you guys just want to rewatch Daredevil at some point too? Like, we
Oh,
should do
hell yeah.
that.
Are you kidding me?
Hell yeah.
Yep. Sass.
Backup's on the way.
God, here he comes. Oh, okay.
Yes, more goons in a hallway.
This is awesome.
The lighting is mwah.
Yeah, but wait, before they even get to the fight, She-Hulk's gonna show up.
She's gonna ruin the hallway fight.
Yeah.
Yep.
She-Hulk smash.
Oh my God.
More hench goons. How about we don't?
Are those nets?
Whoa, hey, that's vintage!
And this is how she gets back in Luke's good graces.
Yep.
Yes.
Stopping you from getting into even more trouble.
Poof.
Go, call the police.
Don't you yell at me. I'm already very stressed out.
Legally speaking, we could say this is an episode of Mania.
Temporary insanity is murky, but it's not a bad strategy.
It's a form of traumatic expression. Undiagnosed PTSD.
Oh my God.
God, I'm just a big fan of legal dramas.
This guy's really kind of doing it for me.
Yes. God, I want them to hook up so bad now.
They gotta hook up.
Oh, Jesus. And it's not gonna work.
No, of course not. Just broke both of his legs.
Yeah, exactly. Ankles snapped. Kneecaps busted.
You're forgiven.
So you'll make my gala dress?
Yes.
I hope Matt's her date.
Try not to get too bloated between now and then.
What a dick.
Oh,
Great to be strained professional acquaintances again.
what a jab.
Please just hook up on this roof, you two. Come on.
Little smoochy boochie, come on.
You gonna give a statement to the cops?
Not really. I stick around and talk to the cops. Kind of.
Not a statement guy.
Thanks for your help with all this.
Thanks for your help.
Oh, he's flirting.
Oh, here we go.
When do you head to New York?
Yes.
Yup.
Tomorrow.
He's like, I can hear your heart beating.
Hey, maybe next time I'm in town, I can take you out to dinner.
Yeah, maybe we could skip all of that and just.
Oh, shit. Okay. Okay. Man without fear for sure. She's gonna Hulk out and rip it apart.
Rip it.
Thank God.
Rip it and rip it, baby.
And from our experience, we know that Matt Murdock is a good dude.
He's an excellent lover. He is an excellent lover.
That man lives.
With some super senses, there you go.
Walk of shame. He's doing the walk of shame.
LA, baby.
Oh my God.
It's weird. You guys
so
are still
happy
here?
right now. Yeah.
You hear anything last
Yeah,
night?
we're still here, of course.
Doesn't it feel like this episode should be over?
No.
No, they still got some crazy shit.
There's some guy outside dressed in a devil costume, and he's doing the walk of shame because he's. What? Oh, you did with the. Yeah. Oh, all right, and we're happy.
Oh, we're happy.
Oh, yeah.
This episode already came to a very satisfying conclusion.
We have to do your hair and your makeup, and where is the gown from Luke?
Oh, for the gala? Wait, we're doing the gala? That doesn't feel right. Is next episode the finale?
Yeah?
This is the big twist, isn't it? But the question is it the kind of twist that's like, ooh, there's another Hulk, but this one's red, or like, I'm getting fridged?
Did she just Wolverine? Did she just Wolverine?
Yeah, she did.
Oh boy.
No.
Don't even look. Don't even look. I already see you sneaking over there, Hector.
What if you get cold? She can wear mine, Elaine. We are so proud of you.
Thank you. Your jacket won't fit her, Morris. You can't cover up a Luke Jacobson Zoo Hammerod collaboration.
Oh, not this.
Oh God.
Educated.
Oh God. Someone's gonna burst into this thing at the very end.
And doing everything
I'm trying to get her DNA.
Except
Josh
backwards.
got her DNA. What is going on?
Someone transformed themselves into a
Someone's
Hulk.
gonna attack her right now.
Lawyer of the Year award goes to Jennifer She-Hulk Walters.
Yeah.
Jennifer
This is
She-Hulk
all a setup.
Walters.
It's all a setup.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is all the setup.
Now tell us, what's it like being a female lawyer?
So special and empowering. I love it.
Half the recognition, and you're constantly being asked what it's like being a female lawyer.
It's time to thank my parents and my friends and my esteemed colleagues without whom I wouldn't be here today.
Do you want to see?
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
She-Hulk does not deserve your attention. She does not deserve your praise. She stole from the Hulk.
Oh my God! Can somebody cut this off?
Superhero.
Please. Okay, can we stop this?
And she's a slut.
Power she
Whoa.
stole from the whole.
Wow. Oh no. Josh videotaped the whole thing.
Motherfucker.
Oh.
Oh God, it's like a sex tape? No.
Yeah, it's a sex tape. They're releasing her sex tape.
No.
Yeah, of course you gotta. Of course you gotta smash it, Jen.
But now she's gonna put everyone at risk, though. That's horrible.
Wow.
Oh no.
And here we go, finale.
And now everyone thinks she's a monster.
Be there though.
Oh Jesus.
Oh, she straight up Hulk raged.
See you next week. Oof.
Oh man.
Oh my God, what an ending. Jeez. Dude, next week is gonna be intense. Oh my God.
I think Samuel Stearns is behind it. First of all, shout out to Cody Ziegler who wrote this episode. Well done. Well done.
So good. So good.
This was, of course, everybody behind the show, Jessica Gao, everybody, but Cody is a fantastic writer. He's written Marvel Comics, just knocked it out of the park with this, bringing Matt Murdock into this tone and still keeping him Matt, but still letting him have fun. And they hooked up.
Right.
And anyway, but I think it's going to be Samuel Stearns. I think that's what they're
building towards.
They're going to reveal.
That's
I think he's the Hulk King.
Okay.
I just think the revelation of D23 that he's going to be in the Captain America movie, just it would make sense that they use this show to just not even, it's a reintroduction basically, and just saying like, hey, I was this character in this movie, I'm here. That's all you really need.
I mean you don't even need it here. I think this was such a good, if there was anybody who was going to bring Jen into the superhero dumb, it's going to be another superhero who has a very similar experience to her. Right? Because she's seeing that it can be done. You can be that superhero and you can be that lawyer, because everything that we've seen from her from the beginning has been like, I don't want this disrupting my life. I don't need this. I don't have time for it. I'm not going to be a superhero. And now Matt came in and was like, look, you can hook up with people. You can do some dope shit and save people at night, and you can superhero in the daytime. It's all possible. This episode was crazy. And I think it's really smart the way they brought him in. And now it makes complete sense why he is in this episode, because he's that example that maybe Bruce should have been from the beginning, but she rejected him.
And it's interesting because Matt had that. I don't want to say that Jennifer necessarily rejected Bruce's.
I just think Bruce had different experience than somebody like Matt too.
Bruce's approach was also flawed in how he tried to get to Jen. But like you're saying, Augustine, like Matt Murdock has the similar background to Jen. He can talk to her in the way that like, look, I know what your normal day-to-day life can be. I'm also a lawyer, and he is also one who has a secret identity, which is very different than Hulk Bruce Banner, because Bruce is like, I have to hide myself from humanity sometimes. I've had to do that. But Matt's like, no, like you can. And the other thing I want to mention too is that it's so perfectly timed, because Matt also represents the moment in Jen's life where she, after, confronting her own kind of insecurities and stuff that she had to deal with and the bullshit from Josh and her friends at the yurt, this is the guy that's like, oh, once she kind of like deletes Josh's number, here comes Matt. And he is a good guy, you know, and it feels like effing finally Jen gets a win in that respect, even though he's got to fly back to New York. But look, it was a great night. She had a satisfying conclusion, is in her words, you know. So I think that it's so smart to bring in Matt Murdock, but not just for the Daredevil cameo, not just for the lawyer cameo, but also for
the character building,
for the story purpose, for Jen to get the superhero perspective, but also to get the Matt Murdock, hooking up boyfriend perspective, friend who's a boy perspective, because she's needed a win in that area, and it's been so tough watching her get all these L's and finally a W.
Well, here's the thing: next episode might be a mega L. I don't think we're going to end the season on a high note at all, because the King Hulk persona, whoever this is going to reveal the master plan. They got her DNA, you guys. There's probably like dudes out there who are going to be like shooting up or enhanced or like something, and they're going to come and grab her. And who's going to be there to save her? Matt by himself? I don't think so.
Here's what I'm thinking, dude. And this is really coming from Augustin's theorizing over the past couple of years. You might be right. It might end on a down note, but it may also end on a high note, because I don't know if She-Hulk is going to get her own movie. I feel like She-Hulk is going to appear in Avengers, 5 and 6 going forward. But I bet you that there might be a moment that comes up, like when we saw at the end of Loki season 1. Loki will return in season 2. I think that Jennifer Walter's story will continue in her own show. And I think that that Marvel Studios is going to use the She-Hulk show to further explore and kind of finalize and introduce and wrap out any other Hulk storylines, including Samuel Stearns, including Red Hulk. They just teased that in this episode. Will we learn that there was ever a point where General Ross did turn into Red Hulk? I mean, there's rumors that he's going to be recast. And I feel like, yeah, you could do that. The rumors are they're going to try to get like Harrison Ford to play General Ross in the Thunderbolts movie. And I'm like, you could do that. But at the same time, you could also just kind of move on from that character, because William Hurt passed away. I don't know if they need to like keep, using the General Ross character, but the idea, what he did while he was alive, was he experimented on? Did he want there to be a Red Hulk, and then it's somebody else, and then you can use the mystery of, well, now who actually is the Red Hulk, because General Ross passed away in the MCU. Just like in the comics, there was a mystery of who the Red Hulk was at first, and nobody knew that it was General Ross until the revelation. So I bet you that this episode next week, I'm already predicting, is going to end on a high note of Jen being like, I am She-Hulk. I'm a superhero. I'm going to shut down the intelligentsia, but Samuel Stearns may get away, and then we'll see that resolution in Captain America 4, right? New World Order, and maybe Jen will appear in that as well. Who knows? But the season 2 of season 2 of She-Hulk Attorney at Law will allow Marvel Studios to keep bringing back Ruffalo. Maybe Ruffalo will come back from space and go, I have a son now. Maybe, other Hulk style characters will be introduced. They'll bring back Betty Ross, Liv Tyler. They'll bring, they could just go and just kind of flesh out any other Hulk storylines they want to do. Maybe even take inspiration from World War Hulk. Hell, maybe even introduce Wolverine. Do you know what I'm saying? This is now the big show. They can use the She-Hulk show to do all of the Hulk storylines. And I just now more than ever feel strongly that we're going to get a season 2. What do you guys think is going to happen next week?
What do I think is going to happen next week? That's a great question. I don't know. But I do want to say though that to your point about talking about how the Daredevil, co-lead of this episode was really cool. Like the idea of bringing Matt in. But I think more importantly, like you were saying, why and what does it mean? What does it do for the character? What does it do for the story? And I think everything that you listed is that Daredevil actually has a purpose in being on the show, other than just let's put him in there and let's make him part of the story without it having any actual sort of meaning behind it or having any sort of like consequences for the characters. And that's what was so satisfying to watch, is like, he's got the charm, he's got the banter, they have great back and forth. They know how to play off of each other. He knows how to flirt. It's very cute. And like you were saying, it's finally nice to see her get a W. It's like all those satisfying things, because it's like we're building and we're building and we're building, and it's just shit show after shit show. So I think even for us as the audience, we're like, so relieved that Jen finally gets a W.
Oh, absolutely. I felt so happy for her. And I don't think people realize that these happy feelings come from the emotional bashing that she went through all these other episodes. Like, she had a dude come into a courtroom and legally say to a judge, I don't find this woman attractive. She is not my type. I would say no to her. You know how emotionally damaging that is? Like, for anybody to go through something like that. Jen did not deserve to go through anything like that. And this felt so good. I felt so happy for her, because we've been through that side of things, right? And it sucks that people aren't noticing the story progression that's happening here. Some people are, going all intelligentsia and finding the show like not watchable or like whatever, right? Like, they don't know that this show is writing about them as well. Like, everybody who's talking shit about this show is grouped in with the intelligentsia group that the show has been talking about from day one. So yeah,
it's really funny because
we well done.
It's crazy because I've seen people talk about how the show has even before the show came out, because I mean, it's written into the scripts, it's baked into the premise of the show, was calling the fact that the like sort of how the internet could potentially respond to this character and to this storyline. And the show has been right so far, like 100% on the money. And the other thing is, you like if somebody's watching this right now and they're disagreeing and they're like, nobody is thinking that about the show. I've literally seen comments on our videos.
Yep.
I have gone back and forth with people that have said like, I just wish She-Hulk was more likable and more heroic. And I'm like, this is called character development. Like we allow male hero characters to be flawed and have these big, massive issues that they have to overcome, trauma and vices and all of this stuff. When a woman superhero appears in the same space, they're held to such a different standard, to such a higher standard. You know, Jennifer Walters can't be somebody who is allowed to, like many male heroes, reject the call to action at first. You know, these characters are not allowed to be flawed and imperfect and make mistakes. And I've had to use the very example of like Peter fucking Parker, Spider-Man. I'm like, this dude made such a mistake. His uncle died. This is the backbone and DNA of Marvel storytelling. How are you going to tell me that She-Hulk has been disappointing to you, this show, because she didn't come out in episode 1 as the most fully formed, fully realized superhero character, you know? And I'm like, it's the season's storyline. That's what it's about. The beginning of season 1, look at Jennifer Walters as a character, where she was, what her state of mind was, you know, what her philosophy was on this whole world, versus where she is now, where she's going to be at the end of the finale, of the end of next episode. So it has been fascinating to see the show respond to the response to the show without having like them, you know, without that. I can't imagine what season 2 would be about. You know what I mean? Like now that season 1 has come out and the writers and everybody that worked on season 1 has now seen people respond to season 2. Bro, give me season 2, because I want to see them comment on that.
It's almost like the writers are either women or have had experiences as women, and they know how shitty dudes are, and they know the shitty things dudes are gonna say.
Who'd have thunk? Can you believe it? Look, who'd have thunk they could have done that? Who'd have thunk?
And funny enough, we're talking about that original episode listing for this series. It actually had the origin towards the end, and they tested it, and it didn't work. People were like, I don't know who this character is. I'm not connecting to this character. So they moved it up. And I think that had a huge effect on how they approached a lot of these first time original characters that we've never seen before. It's not that you can't do it. You can, but you still need to build the context. If you don't have the context, then like, how do you connect with the character?
You know, I think some of the more successful Marvel movies have had really compelling origins. Doctor Strange, the first Doctor Strange movie, the first Ant-Man movie, and some of the ones that maybe were not the most well received or the most beloved, I think have approaches that are trying to kind of like tweak that a little bit. Like I think of Captain Marvel. That is an origin story, but it also starts kind of in the middle of her story, and she's got amnesia, and you know, it's definitely messing with that trope origin story, that cliched version of it. But you need to do the work with characters like this. Even with Ms. Marvel, Kamala, we fell in love with that character in that first season of the show because it gave us the origin, and it took its time. And we talked about this with Moon Knight, Mark Spector. It was a really interesting approach and idea, but we talked about how the first few episodes are like, are we with Stephen Grant? Are we with Mark Spector? Like, it's like, it's a little tricky as opposed to starting with the kind of straightforward origin to get you to, you know, before we learned about the trauma of the character or whatever. So it's always a tricky balance. And I'm so happy with the way that they've done it in She-Hulk. And I mean, above all else, it's Tatiana's show. Like, she has held this down and she makes this character. So her back and forth with Matt in this episode, I might go and just 1 in the morning right now. I might watch this again right now. Like, I usually wait and say,
should we do a second reaction?
Like, Daredevil, please.
I loved it, and she's just like, her as She-Hulk is great. Her as Jennifer is great. Just everything about how this character has come together in this show. I'm like beyond happy with how it's all turned out. So
absolutely.
I think also for Charlie Cox, you know, for him to come back, it's kind of like riding a bike. He just shows up. He's Matt, he's Daredevil, you know, the fun little twist of we're about to have a hallway fight, and then it, you know, it breaks away from that. You're like, great, because he has his own show, 18 episode own show. We'll do it there. We'll do it there. We'll save it for his show. So it makes me, of course, it makes me excited for his own show with Vinny D'Onofrio. that's going to come out next year. It's going to be an exciting time. It's going to be different no matter what. I think that's going to be the biggest hurdle that people have to get over and get through is it's not going to be exactly like the Netflix show. It's going to be different. Tonally, it's going to be different. Story-wise, it's going to be different, but
it has the potentiality to be something really special all on its own. And it was so funny in this episode for Daredevil to be like, I'm Daredevil. And Jennifer to be like, I don't know who that is. Like, that was great.
I've never heard of you.
It was, and I feel like it was nice to have him in the penultimate because now we can just kind of focus on wrapping up Jen's story and seeing, whatever happens. It's gonna be an interesting time. It'll be fun.
I have no speculation for next week. I think it's just gonna be crazy. I think it's gonna be absolutely crazy because we don't know what they set up for her. So, and it's the first time we've seen her lose control as a Hulk, like use that Hulk rage. That was kind of scary. That was kind of scary. So we'll see what happens next week. I'm so excited.
We will. But of course, let us know in the comments below what you thought about this episode of She-Hulk Attorney at Law. And if you literally only showed up to watch this episode, you should go back and watch the other 7 because it's kind of important to the character development. Just a thought. Check that out. Let us know in the comments below what you thought. What are your theories for next week's finale as well? Subscribe. Check out the uncut reactions. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Good night.